Hello, welcome back. This is Arunava Chaudhuri. You are on my YouTube channel, Arunfoot, and it's another Indian football Q&A. Yes, that's the right banner. Welcome back, and let's talk Indian football. Let's talk about what's all happening. Also, maybe a little bit on the Olympics. India has, won a bronze medal in hockey in the Olympics, so that's a good sign. That's a very, very good one. So therefore, yeah, let's talk about those things and let's see what is happening and see what happens. Welcome back, Suhas. Welcome back, Waman. And let's talk about those things. And again, any questions, any queries you have, throw them at me. Hi, Nishant. And let's discuss those things. And and that's the open offer, so to say, from my side to speak about things today. And let's see what we can do. Just 1 second. I just need to get a few things out of the way. Okay, and see what's all happening and in the world. Those of you who might be watching afterwards, or those of you who are watching now, if you haven't, please subscribe to Arunfoot here on YouTube. Follow my other social medias as well. As always, those of you watching, if you like what I'm doing, producing, do like the content, and and then we'll try and grow the community. As said yesterday, today we are at 1,437, so slowly moving towards the 1,500 mark. Welcome back, Blues. So therefore, thank you for all who are already following me, and those of you who are new, you're more than welcome. So guys, throw me your questions. Let's talk about things. As I said, hockey, India beat 2-1, Spain 2-1, and to finish with another bronze medal. What are your thoughts? I think a consolidation medal, I think, in the end, but a good medal. I think looking at other sports, looking at rather most of the failures of India in other sports, I think Indian hockey getting a second consecutive bronze medal at the Olympics is a very, very good sign. So therefore, congratulations to the hockey team, especially Shijesh, I think, is the man of the moment. Otherwise, India might not have gotten its bronze medal today. So therefore, congratulations to the Indian hockey team for getting a bronze today in Paris in the match against Spain. So therefore, that's something which where I can say congratulations, and therefore that's a big one, so to say, for India. And let's see. Let's see what's happening. 1 second. I'm just trying to find. So that is that. So let's go. Sanskar, welcome back. So Ash, one more gun. As per my knowledge, did he play? 1 second, let me just check the lineups. Okay. I would have to check, Blue, to be very honest. I thought he was going to FC Go. So the AFF Federation rule that they're talking about swimming pool. Are there any other methods for rehab recovery? There are multiple ways of rehab and recovery. Again, ice bath is something which I know a lot of Indian footballers love, at least at the senior level. The players love that. And but again, on the other side, I don't know how feasible it is for junior sets and how good up. Honestly, I'm not a sports scientist, and therefore, for me, very difficult to answer that. Also, if it's the right thing or the wrong thing. But I think the AFF is trying to create a minimum framework of what should be provided. by academies. A lot of them are football schools, and therefore that's something that we need to really look at. How is weather back home? If you mean weather back home here in Remscheid, it's a little humid. It's not too hot. It's about 22, 23 degrees, but it's humid. It's this summer. When we should celebrate Punjab Gen Cup or not? Sanskar, I leave that to you. To me is very, very clear that they've done a great job. But again, to me, the Next Gen Cup is not a benchmark for me. It's a great PR tool from the Premier League. I think it's a lovely tournament to have. But I think it's not a yardstick from my side, at least in my opinion, to try and judge and say, listen, how good or how bad a competition, how good or how bad our standards are in Indian football. So to me, again, as I say, it's great to see what Punjab FC has achieved, but I wouldn't get carried away by anything, because the main thing is these young players need to become professionals. Do you think hockey is more competitive than cricket? Nishant, I don't watch cricket, so I'm the wrong person to judge cricket. To me, hockey is very competitive. I sometimes feel hockey can be even more competitive than football. I mean, look at hockey, the schedule. Some of these guys, in the initial group stage are playing daily, and the footballers always want a sort of a 2-3 day break between games. Sports like hockey, handball, basketball, these guys normally can play on a daily basis, especially around Olympics. So that's one. So yeah, do you think in hockey we had legacy, we continued, but in football we don't have it over the years? We grassroots. See, legacy is something nice to have, right? But Indian hockey has reinvented itself. It's not a question of legacy. In my opinion, it's Indian hockey has reinvented itself, and therefore Indian hockey has been successful. And to me, that is where Indian hockey is. I think Indian hockey has done a lot of things right over the last 10, 12 years, and therefore now you're seeing the result that India can compete with and against the best. To win Chopra is our medal hope, hopefully last hope of medal. Let's see. India, 4 medals, 4 bronze. So let's see if India can get something more out of it, but 5 medals. Oh, difficult, huh? I think there's a lot of explanation from the IOA side and from the Indian government side and whoever supported them. FC Goa had post-Arsenal in the past days. I thought so as well. So therefore, maybe, I don't know. How to see Barcelona in India will into marketing. It's marketing. Merely, it's pay-to-play academies. Barcelona or Real Madrid are not directly involved. FCB Escola, as the Barca thing is called, and Real Madrid Fundación are commercial arms of their club where you do these things. Don't know. So Mr. Bajaj says that improving technical skills after age 12 is impossible. What's your opinion on that? I don't think it's impossible. Let's put it this way. To me, it's a question. It's again, I've seen players who can improve. The question is, how much time, effort do you do? And to me, again, it is something which depends on the individual. Where is he training? Who is he training with? And can you get the best out of them? I think that's the whole question about these kind of things, right? So therefore, for me, for me is a question of can you get something better out of the players, and that's the challenge, right? So that's the thing. Which, does it make sense? Doesn't it make sense? But it's something, as I say, you can always improve, even technically. You can get better, and that's the challenge that you have. You can improve at everything. I jokingly say that in certain things I improved even after I was the age of 40, when I was playing with the right guys for fun football, right? So therefore, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Do you think the grassroots of Indian sports expose and abuse opponents or too good? Morally, does India have grassroots sports at a proper level? That's my problem, right? So that's the question you should ask yourself. Hi, Manolos. How's your thoughts on MBSG game today? Manolos, I've been saying to everyone who's been asking me about the games in the Durand Cup, I can't watch the Durand Cup, and therefore, for me, difficult. But again, it's a pre-season tournament, so again, pre-season, nice. You're getting into the groove. They like it, but yeah, nothing more, nothing less. Therefore, Guardiola 38 shots against whom? I mean, seriously, this is if you take these matches seriously, that's what I'm saying. The Durand Cup to me has become sadly a joke. That's the problem. And is someone going to say that and say, they need to do? I think they confuse Arshdeep and Arsh. No, but isn't Arsh? Wait one second. Arshdeep is certainly with FC Goa, but isn't Arsh Anwar Sheikh who has joined FC Goa as a keeper, right? Or am I wrong on this? That's the. Or am I wrong? I think. One second. No, not showing. Interesting. Just one second. Let me just check the profiles. No, it's not showing. Ash Anwar Sheikh is still showing as a. One second. Let me just check before I make a mistake and tell you something wrong. Just give me a second, guys. Just let me do a little bit of online research on this. On the squads. One second. I'll just let you know. It's not showing. Ash Anwar Sheikh seems to have gone to Goa. Yeah. Even though no, he's being shown as. One second. Okay, I'm not sure, guys. I would have to check, but I thought he had gone. If I was right, anyway. Poole started at the age of 16. Guardiola, those days are gone. To be honest, I think those days are gone. You have to be, so therefore, let's wait and see. So whoever can watch ACL2 qualifiers and then group stage. Blue, in the past, AFC rights were with Star, if I'm not wrong. I think Fan Code has bought the rights now. Before reaching 18, player need to be ground over, but in the later stage of career compared to Asia. Your thoughts? Yeah, latter stage. Not. I wouldn't compare it to Asia, but I think compared to Europe, Indian players develop later. Why you're not watching Durand Cup? Any reason? Yeah, Sanskar. I don't have I don't have a way of watching the Durand Cup at the moment, so it's not easily available. And again, I've been watching a lot of Olympics work and all, so it's for me pre-season. Hi Moinok. Instead of playing Durand Cup, cannot clubs not go to pre-season tour to play sides from Middle East or Thai league? Is money a problem, or teams aren't interested to play Indian clubs? Moinok, that's what Mumbai City and that's what the Blasters have done. Both of them have gone to Thailand. I think so therefore it's a question of which one is more sensible. I think again, if I don't know if it's because the tournament happens now in Kolkata, or Kolkata is one of the main hubs for the Durand Cup, and therefore East Bengal and Mohun Bagan have to participate in that tournament. But otherwise, I think therefore to me, there's no logic to me that the big Kolkata clubs don't do proper preseason, but rather do preseason in Kolkata and play the Durand Cup. But I agree. I would, again, I think once the Durand Cup is done, I think there needs to be a discussion about the future of Durand Cup and what is the format of the Durand Cup. I said that last year, but I haven't heard anything. Marcos also said Ashraf from John, but he's in the bench for Mohun Bagan. Blue, maybe due to the Dhiraj injury, maybe he's not been released yet. I don't know. Maybe that is one of the reasons. I don't know. Let's see, go ahead. Post maybe 1 month past. I remember I saw it on Marcus's tweets, but again, yeah. But I've had no confirmation from the clubs. He's not listed as a FC Goa player. He's still listed as a Mohun Bagan player. Ash was on trial for loan deal, but due to injury, I call him for yeah. That's what I thought. They've recalled him. I thought so. Nishan said, Germany, I checked, they have only 58 youth academies, so other academies work as FIDA Academy Award. They don't call them youth academy, they call them NLZs, which is Nahfut's Leistungszentrum, which is high performance center. So there are like centers of excellence. And other clubs also have academies, or they just have youth teams, so that's why, so therefore that's how the system over here works. Do you think India takes nearly 15 of competitive in Asia if we focus on a system? I think they're not focused instead they use yeah, Murali, not much to add. What could be done in 10, maybe 15 years by let's say by the Japanese, right? It will take most probably 25, 30 years in Indian context. So that's another reality. Moses Fanka will telecast, yes. So that's what I thought. Another Arsh loan deal after Anwar deal. Yeah. Hyderabad will play in ISL or not? Ayush, no idea at the moment. I'm going to do a video tomorrow where I try to explain the current scenario. Do watch it, and in this instance also do watch the videos, the short videos that I create on my channel here on arunfoot to support me. Yeah, that would be great. Where I talk about things in regard to and explain 4 or 5 minutes about Indian football. Today I did a video on what I perceive to be the current status in regard to the Anwar Ali issue. Yesterday I did a video if Man United will head to India for a pre-season friendly. And again, my series on the future of Indian football. Do watch them. Do give them some views, guys. I would be very thankful for that, for any of your support. But do keep supporting. And those of you who are supporting, thanks a lot. And also, do like this video. Subscribe to arunfoot. And yeah, leave a like for today's live stream. This is an Indian football Q&A. 7 likes so far. So yeah, do keep a like, guys. Thanks a lot. Jan Mohammedan, yeah, congratulations. VPN is the way to watch Durand Cup for you. Yeah, Guardiola, you're right. But again, I've not bothered too much. Yeah, again, there's a lot to watch at the moment, and therefore, I'm not bothering too much. So yeah, that's the thing. How do you rate modern defender versus classic defender Maldi Nesta? Murali, football has changed, and I think that comparison would be unfair. For me, it's I think very, very important. And do you want to go back and let's talk about Franz Beckenbauer? So yeah, it doesn't make sense. Dubai, Thailand, which is best place to do preseason? Sanskar, as long as you do preseason, have good friendlies. I think it's it's something which is going to be important. Thailand is often used. I think it's a little cheaper than Dubai or the Middle East, but I think it doesn't matter as you get. So that Man U coming in India for preseason rumors again surfaced. I think it's not a rumor like last time around. I did a video on it, Guardiola. I watch it as an explainer. It's come via the new title sponsors of Man United. So to me, it's a little bit of a different thing. So therefore, it could happen that Man U could be coming to India next summer. Good evening, Shomik. Welcome back. FIFA Academy is developing Indian football or marketing thing? It's supposed to develop Indian football. So therefore, let's wait and see how they do it. And therefore that's I think very, very important. What is the update women in Moose Energy happening or still not happening? Sanskar, there is no update. Women at the moment is a player of the Kerala Blasters. That's it. Say if an academy there are about 20 U12 kids and they play small sided games on this, so different tactics we are playing any league. Do you think it can work? No. You need internal competition is nice. You can do it maybe for a week, but after that you will need external competition to play regular matches. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. So that's the reality. Yeah, how and where things stand. So therefore, for me, nice idea, but according to me, doesn't work. You need that competition, and you need, again, I will make a video as part of my series on the future of Indian football about youth leagues, and on that front, I will, I can tell you what I think. Being a Moman Supergiant fan, it's just stupid to glorify the players based on today's performance. This is what should have happened. Nothing great of today's 416 spectacle glorifying it. Nope. Orito, we spoke about it yesterday, again, on the whole Anwar Ali issue. And to me, this is a problem, right? That the Kolkata fans are easily impressed, right? So that's something which I say is very, very important. And to me, so that's something where a little bit of reality needs to come from, and from my side, the 6-0 in this kind of game, wow, great, nothing. Can we send MU or Australia into Web Football Nation? They will give good exposure. We can do that, but again, why would someone sign an MOU with us? With all these MOUs or corporations or whatever we want to call them, ask the counter question: why would someone want or is willing to work together with us? Right? That's the reality. If Hyderabad doesn't ISL play with a team, place them or not? At the moment, my info is no, but we never know how that will play out. I also don't say anything about today because I don't care. I want to perform Durand Cup until it is ISL main team. Yeah, that's the reality. Mohan Supergiant fans should glorify ISL win rather than Durand Cup. We expect from them to beat any army team. Yeah, very true. Sir, with the future either not to players looks bleak day by day. Is it possible that we'll add another team or just continue with 11 teams? This is mostly adding the second place added team. Women, it would be 12 because Mohammedan Sporting is in there. So therefore, that is one reality. Just 1 second. And as far as I know, again, maybe my infos are wrong. I-League second place team sounds like a nice idea, and therefore for me, not happening. I don't know. Doesn't make sense. It's already August. You've not planned for this kind of a competition, so therefore that's something, and not happening. If you ask me, if United come to India, will they play any particular club or the national team? Ripam, I have no idea. Again, it's just something that their sponsors have said that they would like United to come to China and India, and so therefore, that is something which is a reality. We should invite proper teams from neighbor clubs like Vasundhara, Thai clubs, and do it rather than amateur army clubs. Blue, the tournament is organized by the army, right? That's a reality. So that's the reason why this tournament is held, and the army team's participation is a must. We can talk about I-League teams, but the army teams are going to play Durand. So that's the question: is if there is something about the format, and that is something which needs to be looked at. But Durand, by the armed forces, exactly, that's the thing. Moinak, now my son is 7, not finding any good academy within my region. UK is so very closely or dense. Their football network is Kolkata was really in grave situation. Yeah, if you want some tips, send me a message. I know the one or the other in Kolkata. So if you want to have a conversation, we can do that. Just reach out to me. I don't think Hyderabad will replace by I-League. It may be given to another or new franchise open player of Hyderabad, maybe from South India. Sanskar, again, this is also what you guys need to understand in the current reality. There is no one waiting in the wings to take up a franchise. We don't even know if the ISL will exist next year, right? I think that's something which we need to get into our heads, that there could be a situation where there might be no ISL in the future. So therefore, all these things sounds nice, but not happening at the moment. We've seen ISL this season. They have 10 goals, 2 clean sheets against all main teams, including 2 top teams. Preseason, Harry, what I've said about Mohun Bagan, what I've said about other teams, it's still preseason. All of this is nice. Once the ISL starts, let's wait and see. Army clubs should qualify and choose 1 or 2 Army team to play indoor, and others should be I-League and foreign clubs. Very nice. But again, there's a cost and other things involved. It sounds so easy, right, to do those things, but they don't make sense. So that's the reality of things, right? So therefore, let's wait and see. Is Interkashi planning in background to grab the opportunity of the miss out this year? Munok, they are focused on winning the I-League. How do you rate Mohun Bagan's gameplay today? Palash, I didn't watch it, so I can't rate it. And as I said, this is pre-season. This is a friendly in a tournament. What I rate or anyone rate, it is utterly useless. It's pre-season, and that's something which I think is which needs to be looked at. What Thailand is doing to attract all investments there, including youth investment, to invite many European nation teams for pre-seasons. I don't know what investments you're talking about, but these pre-seasons are made possible by sponsors. We don't have sponsors in Indian football. Indian corporates are unwilling to spend the money needed to invite these foreign clubs to come to India. It's not the so that's a different reality for us in India compared to the realities in other parts of the world, right? So that's something. Like and subscribe. Yeah, Sanskar, thank you very much. Those of you like and subscribe, as Sanskar is saying. No new subscription yet today, guys. What's happening? And so far, just checking, 15 likes. So we can do better, guys. Let's try. Thanks a lot, as always, those of you who are supporting me. Do anyone in the world Army teams playing with clubs is common? I thought it's old. Blue, I wouldn't know anyone anywhere. But again, that's the format of the so-called Durand Cup, and therefore that's something which I feel is so important. And that's again and again the Durand Cup for me again in its current format is again a reality that no one from the professional game is coming forward and saying, listen guys, this is what we need to do, so therefore for me, someone needs to have a conversation with the Army and tell them, listen, we need a change of format and this and that and everything to make it interesting. So therefore that's something which we need to work on. Sir, is basketball big in Germany? Ishan, yes, it's grown. I mean, one of the biggest teams in basketball is now FC Bayern Munich. They had a basketball team a while back, and that's something which has happened. So therefore, from that perspective, yes, basketball is big. And at the moment, semifinals in the Olympic basketball, France-Germany. France leading 48-47. So that's something which is there. And that's a reality of things, and basketball is quite big here. BFC will get exposed in the ISL. Sanskar, too early to say. Big statement from your side. Let's see. BFC has done a lot of changes, but I think I would say they've done a lot of things right to try and get a better team this year together than last season. What is the condition of hockey in Germany engagement-wise? Does it actually compete with football in any sense? No. I mean, hockey is a niche, a very, very niche sport in Germany. A lot of people follow hockey once a year, and that once a year is during the Olympics. Every 4 years, once every 4 years. Sorry, it is a niche sport for me because I think it's one of those sports which you watch every 4 years during Olympics. There are a lot of these sports which you like to watch. Beach volleyball, for example, is something that is watched a lot. Those rowing, canoeing, those are all sports where Germany is getting medals, and therefore, that's something which is there. So therefore, which is hockey is a totally amateur sport in a German context. So that's that. So problem plenty for Joseph Molina, right? Way too many attacking players to choose from. Ishan, it could be a problem. It could be helping him because in a normal season, Mohun Bagan, Supergiant will be facing injuries. So maybe that is where their bench strength will come in. But again, he has to try and find his starting 11, and that's going to be an interesting one. Which foreigners do you start? That's something which is there as a reality. Players saving for the ISL Super Cup, most of the clubs are doing, and put reserve team is a good strategy or not. I think it's a good strategy because you've got too many matches. I think Mumbai City were clear, Odisha were clear, FC Goa has been clear about what they're doing. So therefore, so that's something which is happening at the moment. So how is the Olympics is organized to its officiate? Do you think it is organized very poorly and is Olympics now a mere business rather than sports' biggest platform? The Olympics are organized jointly by the local host country. I mean, that's every major international tournament is organized by the host country, and in this case, the national federation, the international federation. So in this case, it's the IOC. I think a tournament of this magnitude, I think overall it's organized well. I think that France is struggling with certain problems because they wanted certain marquee events, which they could have avoided. But again, they also looked at the factor of cost. So I think, ecology was a topic. And so from that perspective, swimming events in the Seine, how smart is that? That's a topic that can be discussed, but and that's something that there is as a reality. But from my perspective, I think overall the French have done a good job so far. Thoughts on KBC, Shom, Sachin and Fernandez. Vaman, good problem to have would be my summary. If you've got three goalkeepers, I think that's something. I feel Tuhom is technically better and has the skills. Remember playing with him during his time at Boca Juniors. Maman, we will have to see how he does. Again, he's been abroad. He's now coming back. He's come back to India. So let's see how quickly he can adopt. Onindo, sir, why don't you come to live with India for football on this year's transfer? It would be interesting. What are your initial thoughts on today's moment match? I know it's early though. Onindo, I didn't watch the match. Said this a few times today. I'm not watching the Durand Cup, so for me to comment would be difficult. And at the moment, rather focusing on my channel. I went on Hiren's channel yesterday, so my focus is here. Anyone who wants to listen to what I'm saying is more than welcome to join me here on arunfoot and join our sort of nearly daily evening conversations here on this platform. So thanks a lot to you guys who are here, who are supporting me. Let's see. If you have the chance to make Durand Cup interesting, what will you do differently? Palash, I would cut down on the format. Yeah, you can keep 24 teams. I would most probably do a pre round, and then I would do maybe a round of 16 knockout, straight knockout. I think that's what they will do. Yeah. Do you think Anu Ali's name is preferable for the YouTube algorithm at this point? I saw any video stating his name got more views recently. Yeah, sadly, that's the reality. It's also sad that when you put out something, you can realize the support that one gets from Mohun Bagan fans and the abuse that one gets from East Bengal fans. This is, so yeah, these are realities at the moment. How do you see Liga Portugal as a scouting place for big clubs? We have seen in recent years that most of the players coming from there are performing at cheaper to get rather than overpriced prime players. It's a good platform, Harry Maguire. Yes, as you say yourself, they've done very well, and these players normally are very well educated from a football sense, and so that's been something which has helped, especially Sporting, Benfica, as well as Porto, to generate a lot of income. What would be Super Cup format? Blue, too early to say. To me, will be interesting what the format will be. Will it be Super Cup? Will it be Federation Cup? Or and how will it work at some stage? Do you like interact more with fans or players? Do you think player quality had gone down because of grassroots or other? See, I love to interact with all. So that's not a problem. We didn't have grassroots, so our grassroots is still evolving, developing, and other nations have been doing more on that front, right? So that's a reality which we have. So yeah, we live with that. Do you think Portugal not lifting trophies surprising or packagement lack certain places? I think Portugal wasn't good enough. That's why they haven't won since the Euro 2016. What's your view on Spain players hit hockey to India player in the Spain with the match, but referee does not show any card? But if Indians had Sanskar, I've not seen it, so therefore I can't say anything about it. But again, the Indian one, there's no doubt about that. Then that was a valid red card, so there's no discussion about it. Super Cup will more longer cup now. As I said, I have no idea what the Super Cup format will be. So therefore, let's see. Do you think there's some biasness against Indian players at different sports? We have many cases this year and in the past. Harry Maguire, do you really think there's a biasness against Indian sports, or is this something that is a general? I've seen this in football quite a lot, that everyone is against us, the referee is against us, this is against us, that is against us, or are Indians in a general sense not willing to accept when decisions go against them? Asking general question to you guys, because the other day people were trying to tell me Germany was favored by the refs. I don't know. I didn't see whether the referee favored the Germans in the hockey, right? So therefore, that's the thing. Dinesh Pogert, rules are the rules. So therefore, these are things. I don't know. I seriously don't know that then people construe it. Someone told me once, you have to be so good that even if you think that people are against you, that people can't be against you. So these are realities. Sir, will India ever qualify for FIFA World Cup? Jen Joylian, I don't know. I would rather have it yesterday than any time in the future. But and I know that we are not going to be playing the next World Cup in 2026. Next we go for 2030. So therefore, that's the reality where we are. And to me, the dream lives on, but again, it's a dream, and I don't know how we can make reality out of that dream. That's the challenge I think that we have at the moment with getting to a FIFA. I mean, all of us would like to see it's something which I find very difficult, very, very difficult. So yeah, that's a reality. Let's see if we can qualify for a World Cup. Do you think coming years us will dominate Japan? Impossible. I think it's impossible for us to dominate the Japanese. The Japanese are way ahead of us. Suhail Bhatt showed intent today. Think he can improve if given regular chance to play for number 9s and 10s. Kaushik, with the lineup that Mohun Bagan has, how much time do you think he'll get? So that's the reality. That would be my question. Great player. Again, mainly CFL, Durand. Can he do that in the ISL? That's the question for any of these players. So what's the average duration of national camp for Germany for victorious like Euros and World Cup? 7 to 14 days. At the last World Cup, I think it was 6 days, if I'm not wrong. So that's the reality as well. It is not long. Igor Stimac has had. There's a stat somewhere I read. Igor Stimac was getting more camps than anybody else per year. Jigan Anwar blown background analysis needs to revamp. See, injuries is part and parcel. Yeah. So therefore, for me, that's the reality of things, and let's wait and see if they can get fit again, and then how and if they could be replaced. Germany versus India match referee was fair, but any player hitting hockey to other player that is not accepted should have given any green card, but referee not show that. Sanskar, I didn't see it, so I can't say. I asked you, say will dominate Japan. Morally, I don't know, honestly. Jason Jamie, and really, where will he play? Sanskar, that's my point, right? That's the challenge that you have for young Indian players. Let's wait and see where these young Indian players get their chance. 3 ATP or 4 ATP? Rip, I'm sorry. 8, huh? Maybe I'm not understanding. Could you be more precise? So thoughts on East Bengal and Asia? Navneet, let them qualify. I think that's the challenge for East Bengal, if they can make it or not, and that's something that is something that needs to be looked at next week, and that's the challenge that India have. Yeah, that's the reality. In football, we'll not be able to good enough, but other sports, there's some other bias. But in boxing, be it boxing, the previous version match, finish semi-final hockey, sometimes I know we need to be better. See, I know some others will say that as well, and that's the reality. Let's see. If we still haven't released a calendar for this year, any idea that? Women, they have financial problems. The federation has financial issues, so let's wait and see. Why you not watch India's Spain in reason? I can't watch it. I'm in Germany. Even when ISL starts, they will also not get much game time. Exactly, Moinak. 3 at the back, 4. Okay, Rukman, I understand. It depends. Depends on the coach, depends on the players. I am not someone who says, be rigid on a system. It depends on the players you have available. Do you think anything changed in medal tally is regularly USA and China these formats if they're good foundation compared to other nations? Yeah, of course. China has with its rigid system, has been doing a lot of things right. And so therefore, for me, the US has been someone, and therefore, therefore for me, they do well in the Olympics. Do you watch Nicolas Punjabi in the video? Sanskar, no, I haven't. How did India boxing compare to world as a decent need to develop? Well, I don't watch that much boxing, so I'm not gonna, yeah. Now, sir, please ask Mangling Thang, Kipken, Vanna Pika, and Soil to give trial in Germany, especially given he's my neighbor. He's been working very hard. These guys can be our future. Chandra, I said this the other day. I will, with the experiences I've had over the years, I'm not going to go out and offer opportunities or trials or whatever you want to call them. For me, if a player is interested to go abroad, that desire has to come from the player, right? So for me, the player needs to show that he is willing to do things to try and, wants to do something abroad. But again, they are so spoiled by these ISL salaries that most of these boys don't want to go abroad. I think that's the biggest challenge that we have at the moment. So therefore, as much as I like to, but the desire, the will has to come from the player's side. That's the only way it's going to happen. Depends on opponents. Yeah, it depends on how you're going to play. So therefore, for me, that's something which I find very important. But I think that most coaches nowadays are fixed on their format of either playing a 3 or a 4-man backline. So, but again, it depends on the players you have. There's literally no opportunity at school for sports and outside, as it's very expensive. Do you think there needs to be public academies and clubs that make this into sports as alternative? Sounds like something that that you would say that the government, state or national level should do. But I don't see that happening, to be honest, Harry. So therefore, that's the reality of where we stand at the moment. So things are difficult, but India, I think, needs to develop a sports culture. Yes, I think, and somehow needs to come from schools. Out of topic question: any fond memories in India during early day, or one thing you miss about India in Germany you can't get it? Some of the foods, I would say. I'm a big foodie. I love food. What Anwar Loyal should do to save Anwar from getting banned? Anwar Lawyer. See, Anwar has already been proven by the PSC that he broke off the contract. So I think that is something which is formally proven from the side of the PSC. And now it's about, they just have to wait. I think there's nothing that the lawyer can do. According to you, what is talent? I mean, how would you like to define it? Is it a blanket term for all natural abilities helps a professional? Or can you learn to be talented? Nature versus nurture. Abhijit, talent is something for me which is natural. Those which you nurture is more hard work and dedication. So it's the Messi versus Ronaldo, let's say. Messi, natural talent. Ronaldo worked very, very hard to get to the level that he's gone to. So that to me is the difference. If you ask me, that's the biggest difference. So that's where the difference is between talent which is there, and then you nurture that talent, or nurturing talent with hard work. Do you think running federation is a huge problem compared to world sports? Running a federation is always tough. Really. Be it here, be it there, it's everywhere. So therefore, to me, it's something which is not easy. We have billion people but can't produce even player. They ask these questions, but they don't understand. We don't have proper development process. Yeah, Morali. Navneet sir, just like the athletes, footballers. Do you think we should probably also educate coach grooming ex-players back into sport rather than maybe a government job or out from staying in the game? So you would have to define who the we is. Yeah. So to me, the we is always a question. The problem is with our coaching systems, and again with our ex players, is are our ex players really as good as they themselves think to be able to give something to the young players? Do they have the educational background to understand? I think football has become a much more complex game than it was 10, 15, 20 years ago. So in my opinion, I would think that that is one. We need educated coaches. I think that's a big challenge. So yeah, let's wait and see. What are the natural talents of Jamal Musiala? Abhijit, he's an incredible ball player. You know, he has twists and turns in him, which I think I've rarely seen in football, and therefore he is as good as he is. So that's the reality. What will future of Indian football? Sanskar, that is, I think, a very open question, and to me, um, I would like to see that the future of Indian football is better. But at the moment, I see a lot of things which makes me think that we have a lot of problems and a lot of issues, and therefore we're hanging in there where we are. So therefore, for me, that is something which I feel is a big problem for football in India, and we need to sort of grow. And yeah, that's something which is sort of a sad reality of where we stand at the moment. Indian football needs to do a lot of things to improve. It's nowhere near where it needs to be, and therefore we need to do a lot of things to improve Indian football. And again, that's why I've started the series on the future of Indian football here on the site. You know, so therefore for me, that's something which is very, very important, and every stakeholder needs to realize what his role is in this pyramid, right? They need to do more, they need to grow, and that is something which is I think very, very important. Yeah, which at the moment is, I think, one of our biggest problems. How do you see Alvarez deal, Man City, to Atletico Madrid, bought for 18.5 million, sold for 92 million. Manchester City bought 2-3 Argentine youngsters and loaned them different places and doing good there. Could turn out to be the next Alvarez as well. Yeah, Harry Maguire, they have, one of the best scouting networks as the City Football Group, right? It's not just Argentinians. If you look at even Brazilians, Savinho, Gabriel Jesus earlier, they have a good network in South America. So that's what they've been doing very, very well. So hopefully, you can, let's see. So how can we improve the level quality of football in India? Janjalin, that's a very generic question. The hope would be that, again, it's, as I say, start at the top with leadership. It continues with the stakeholders doing what is needed, grow grassroots, youth football, better coaches, better competitions. Only then can we grow. Can't you learn ball control or twist and turns? Can't we simplify even further with that the God-given abilities that enables Jamal those natural talents? Abhijit, to me, you can learn a lot, but there's a lot of things that if you do that instinctively, it's more natural than if you try and learn them. So therefore, Jamal Musiala, let's see what we can do. So that's the challenge. Can be used in Olympics? I think certain for practicing in India, very difficult sports like rafting, charging has no to go abroad. I don't know. To me, again, PIOs are not allowed to be used. So that's the reality. What's the view on Indian clubs doing taping? Is it normal every club do? Only big giants do. What are they doing? Taping. You mean the kinetic tapes that the players wear, Sanskar? Um, just let me know. What do you mean by taping? You mean those? I guess you mean those kinetic tapes, right? Yeah. Yeah. Every club uses that. So therefore, for me, uh, you know, so therefore for me, that's a very normal thing. I remember in the first season of the ISL, I had to actually for our team, I got a list from our doctors, and they then told us we need to bring them, and otherwise it wouldn't have worked. And that's a reality. So yeah, that's what it is. Monak, if you want to be writer, you have to read a lot. If you want to be musician, you need to listen to very much music. Likewise, if you want to be a good footballer, apart from playing, you must watch quality games a lot. Do you agree? I think yes, maybe not matches, maybe even training drills, training schedules. What do people do? Um, I mean, to me, it is something which I feel is very important, and you need to learn. You need to learn about tactics. Show interest in those kind of things, and that is something which I think is very very important. And as much so therefore, yeah, that's something. So what's your opinion about LM10 and CR7 debate? See, I am a Messi fan, so I'm on that side of the discussion. And again, yeah, you had two great players, two exceptional uh, individuals, and that has been sort of ruling the football world. Interkashi signing Yoni Kauko. Is it true? Habas then Kauko, are they up to something? Barrison, yeah, the Kauko one is true, and Interkashi want to get promoted to the ISL. Very simple. And they said they want to get promoted to the ISL in 3 years, right? That was their aim. So that's what they're trying to work on. So being a journalist, is there any one footballer from the present or past who would love to have a candid conversation with? I have done so many interviews in my career. I am fine with those, you know. So therefore, from that perspective, uh, uh, yeah, that's the reality. And yeah, we always cry about POs. There's a lot of countries that has their POs but hasn't improved much. What do you mean POs will not solve most of our problems, especially in long term? Obviously, every country that POs have gone to, overall the football has improved. Maybe not the national team, but overall their football, you know. So that's a reality, and that's where we, um, you know, uh, so therefore, I think for India, especially in the long term, I think it would make our football better because there could be a pathway for us to go to a World Cup. Do you think life in Germany is order way, but in Germany chaotic? Which one love the most? Life is different. Is it order, chaotic? It's always maybe easy to talk about things, but these are the realities. Which European club football kids like most and why? Give the reason. Um, I have not had a look at many kids this summer, to be very honest. So from that perspective, yeah, maybe ask me in a few weeks when I've seen a few of those kids. That's what I would say. I think Victor Frade, who talked about privatization in Porto, influenced people in Porto, was the young Indians who want to be coaches without the playing experience seem to have bigger barrier. Um, See, I've seen some of the coaches who have not been top level players to be good coaches. I have realized, and so I don't know, Navneet. I wouldn't fully agree to that fact. Do you think India can host Olympics in future? How do you see public info or population big which whole development? More, India can host the Olympics if it wants to. Just the sporting infrastructure would be need to be built in a city. But from that perspective, I would say, so yeah. Do you think two matches being played in September for India shouldn't be named as interquarter, as they're just two matches and shouldn't be 4-team tournaments and 4 matches? No, Harry, it doesn't have to be. It can also be, 2 matches for all the 3 teams. Ajax, John Hagson playing there. How do you see going to Saudi disaster move? Yeah, it didn't work out for him personally, and therefore he decided to come back. It's for him. It's his decision. Is the AFF saving next year 4 intercon match with doing this and gonna just play 2 friendly next season before SAF? Harry, I don't know. Again, you have to play it in a FIFA window. That's the whole problem. You're either playing the tournament in a FIFA window. So therefore, in the FIFA window, you can only play 2 matches. Why Philippines doesn't do much good compared to Vietnam, according to you? Obijit, if I take the teams, then national team-wise, of course, the Philippines haven't done as well as Vietnam, but the club sides have done decent as well. I thought to get a Casio needs some time. How Vinesh get it so easily? Can Anwar get hearing dates that easily too? No, he can't. The point here is that this is an immediate hearing and it's about the Olympics. And Anwar is one of X cases which will come up this summer regarding CAS, regarding contracts. So therefore, from that perspective, that is something which is so important. Jose Molina versus Habas, who hands better the dressing room? Sanskar, let's find out. It's too early to say. Habas has a success. Molina has had a success, but let's see what he does with Mohun Bagan, and then we can have that discussion maybe in a few months. Bahrain versus India in AFC or Syria match, which one is disappointing? The Bahrain one. The Bahrain one is so disappointing because we were so close from the biggest ever success of India at the continental level. So therefore, for me, that Bahrain match, the Syria matches, we were out, so it doesn't matter to me. Last time in June, FIFA India played 4 matches for Intercontinental Cup, but only 2 in those were counted for rankings. Later, SAF had a special window as regional tournament. Yeah, Harry. But again, for SAF, they will make a window. So therefore, that's one thing that is there. So therefore, one has to look at those things, and these are the realities. And let's wait and see. Australia and Iran not lifting trophy in Asia. Surprising. Qatar won cup but didn't qualify. It's surprising. Every tournament is different, right? The qualifiers, to me, Iran is a big team, Australia is a big team, and Qatar is a big team. Talking to past, who handle better dressing room? Sanskar, for that, I don't know their dressing rooms good enough. You have to be part of a dressing room to be able to judge it, right? People have to judge dressing rooms without being there. But if I'm not in a dressing room, how am I supposed to judge? So that's the reality. Any views on the Manvir versus Changte Kubans that Mohammad Subajan fans do? To me, if you ask me, there is no comparison at the moment. I think Changte is a much better player than Manvir. Changte is our best player. So that's a reality, right? So that's something which is there. So therefore, I'd say Changte all the way. So that's where the discussion is. So therefore, yeah. Hi Mayank, welcome back. Iran player playing Porto is a big deal, and it's in happened past. Morally, the Iranian players have been playing. There are players in the Premier League, players in the Bundesliga have been in the Bundesliga. So so therefore for me, so therefore these are realities. So therefore for me, Iranian players have been there, bigger players. I mean, look at Ali Dai, Karim Bakire used to play for Bayern Munich, right? So that's a reality. Do you agree in at eventful Olympic, it's so many controversies, heartbreak, Pangal, Auster incident, along with success in hockey, shooting, tail tennis to some extent. Eventful, yeah, but I think the Olympics for India were a huge failure. That's the reality. So that's the reality of where things stand. If our youngster learns skills, play the game fast, and the players over 20 will not be retained if they don't improve, can this measure improve quality? I don't think so. I don't. Again, this is Abhijit, this is too theoretical. The reality, practical side of things are very often different. They are not the same. So therefore, from my opinion, a theoretical plan is nice to have. It is nice to have sort of that's how it's going to build. But in reality, a lot of things work differently. Hosting Olympics for big countries is a geopolitical game, not just game, but only if you end up in top 10 medal tally. If you stay at 50 spot, all you have to go down to train. Yeah, embarrassing, potentially. Sir Johnny Carter into Kashi because of Habas pull. Mayank, yes. Yeah. How is your one-day routine lifestyle? More, it depends on work, on other things. So it's different. It's not the same. Are you seeing Uzbekistan going to World Cup 2026? And do you see them as one of the top teams, except Jordan? They have tough, competitive, big teams. And yeah. Uzbekistan to me have been a good team for a while. They just haven't been getting the results, in my opinion. But I think Uzbekistan deserve to go to the World Cup, and therefore I'd love to see them at the next World Cup. To be very honest, if they're going to make it or not, that's a different discussion. But I would love Uzbekistan to be there and make it. And therefore, from that perspective, let's wait and see. So therefore, let's see what Uzbekistan do. Which ISL team should go for Johnny, in your opinion? I think Mohun Bagan should. I think Yoni Kauka should have been a target for most ISL teams. I think without him, Mohun Bagan, Supergiant don't win the Shield. So from that perspective, I have to say, great signing for Inter Kashi. Let's see. Our success of Punjab, East Bengal and Muthoot finances Premier League sides. Orijit, Punjab FC did. East Bengal and Muthoot were hammered. Where were the successes? And you're playing 50-minute matches. If those matches were 90-minute matches, let's see where things stand. But to me, why you say Notice was Tuka? What is Tuka? I don't know what Tuka means. Do you think hosting a big event faced issues like accommodation and fixed calling system in rooms? I thought common in India, but these things exist in developed nations. Only bar wet. I don't have a cooling system at home. Why would I have a cooling system at home? I have a heating system at home. Right? That is the reality of things that we are not used to this hot weather in this part of the world. So therefore, that's a reality, and that's something which somehow doesn't work. So therefore, that's something which is there, right? So therefore, that's where it stands. One can go for Kako, but there is only limit 6-4. Yeah, but again, I would not have released him. Replacing Cummings or Greg, I'm saying, yeah, you could have. How do you see Asia top team technically, bit like Japan, Korea? Are they good or decent? Technically, they're good teams. What are main technical deficiencies that you notice in next gen? According to me, ball control, confidence about their own skill, physicality, and pressures were the main points. Abhijit, I would just sum it up and say the basics. I said the main football basics were missing, in my opinion. Yeah. So therefore, That was the biggest problem. And yeah, the points that you've mentioned. Tuka means fluke. Okay, I didn't say that he's a fluke. I say that he was lucky last time around because Johannes Vetter was winning everything for a substantial period of time. Changed boots and then didn't win anything anymore. So therefore, again, you have to be lucky at the right time, at the right place at the right time, and he was there. Neeraj Chopra was there to take it. But why will they sell Greg after signing on recent? He's not even playing single match. Sanskar, I think generally was the opinion of Blue to bring in such a player. India can actually win for sure gold. India can actually win for sure gold. Cricket, 2 hockey, 3 shooting, 4 javelin. India also potentially do well in women's table tennis too, so we can finish the top 30. There is no sure shot gold, right? That is, I think, the main thing that one needs to learn, right? That there is no sure shot gold. Orijit, hockey? How? Even in cricket, I don't know. Aren't there other teams playing? So if India had sure shot goals, then India would have 2-3 goals, right? So therefore, there is no women's table tennis. They lost to Germany in the quarters yesterday, didn't they? So therefore, there is no sure shot gold. India at the moment has 4 bronze medals. Four, sorry, this way. 4 bronze medals. That's the reality. There is no sure shot gold. I wanted to say retaining him. Yeah, bro, agree. I would have retained him. They're missing that defensive player. I think that defensive midfielder and Mohun Bagan Supergiant is missing. Shouldn't India invest in sports which have high medal densities like shooting, water sports, which alone have 15 events each with 15 in China, good in these and other sports as well? You could, but does it work? I don't know. That's the reality of things. Do you think tall players, even shorter players, can dominate with technical superiority? Yeah. So the height, the weight, all of that doesn't count. It's sometimes it's the class of Lionel Messi is not the biggest player. Maradona wasn't the biggest player. Recently, we lost Australian Newton in cricket, so we can show gold. Blue. Thank you. KBFC is rumored to have a new training facility for themselves, while 2 other clubs were using the same ground they were earlier renting. Should clubs be investing in their own infrastructure? No, read 100%, because you have 24/7 access to it. But really feel sorry for football, even volleyball when they can beat Iran, China, but football very disappointing. Yeah, but again, are we beating those teams regularly? Are we there at the Olympics? No, we're not. Ali Hilal was Mumbai playing India. I think decent game. Even we lost first match, we were poor because tempo and second match they can catch a quality good. Only Ali Hilal was indirectly through. They didn't need the win, So yeah, that's the problem. Joe Morrison said, apart from top players, most Indian players are underpaid. Most outlets don't trust Indian players' abilities because they're not that good. If a player is good, no one can stop him. Okay. I wouldn't say that. I disagree on that point with you. As I've said that multiple times. Our problem is that our players in general are overpaid for the standard of football that they play. Our so-called, what in other countries are semi-pro amateur players are being paid full salaries to survive, right? That's the reality. So therefore, that is something which is there, and that's why I don't agree with him. Do you think Indian wants results in the very short term? That's why we struggle in long-term project football type game. Sanskar, we want results in every sport in a short span of time. Nobody's willing to invest the time, effort, and money needed to create champions, right? That's the reality. Football is just an example. Hockey has needed decades to get back to the level that they were at, right? That's the reality. So that's the reality win. So Yeah. Quality of player reduced because of grassroots. Whatever during rainy time we didn't have proper grassroots, still we had decent. Yeah, but that's see that's Moray, that's the point. Having grassroots is nice to have. Um, but the point here is um, we were still producing better players. So that's the question. How can we produce better players? Because the standard around the world has gone up. It's become much more physical. It's much more complex, much more complicated. And these things need to be kept in mind. These things need to be kept in mind of how and where how we can grow our football. That's a very, very challenging thing. I think it's not easy. So therefore, we are where we are. So therefore, yeah, it's not easy. It is not easy. Instead of financial regulation, should we have a limit on the number of players a team can register, something like 24, and then youth? At least this would solve the players not getting game time. Navneet, we have had rules of under 23s or under 20s or homegrown players. Is there, let's say, in the Calcutta Football League this season? All of these are nice things, but they've never worked. So therefore, we're registering up to 30 players in the ISL. That's up to the coaches. The coaches want to win. I want ISL, ACL to be back. This Durand Cup is like watching circus apart from Derby. Yeah, let's see. Do you think Subhrata Pan understand player? He didn't have exposure like Gurpreet. Subhrata was a great goalkeeper. I've worked with Subhrata. I knew Subhrata as a kid. I've seen him. I signed him from Mumbai City. We've done very well. So that's the reality where we stand. So that's the reality of things. So therefore, that's is great. It seems that Indian audience needs success to stay interested in something. According to me, futsal may be the key to sell football to Indians as it's cheaper to play, less competitive. Abhijit, I think it's not cheaper. Futsal, the biggest problem is that you have to play indoors, and you have to have a special ball, you have to have special boots. It could be an interesting thing, yeah. But again, is futsal something to sell to people? I don't know if it will work really. Even African country do better than India. What's even that? Yeah, Sanskar, that's a reality. It's not, that's a fact. I don't have to have a view. That's a reality. Shubhato was the Spider-Man of his time. Yeah, very true. Durand can take place as a platform for the reserve science. Monak, most probably, yes. I think that's one of the discussions you need to have. This is something which needs to happen in some sort of form or way. And at the moment, I think that is not happening, right? So these are realities of what needs to happen, right? So from that perspective, yeah, that's the reality of what all is happening, and that's the Durand Cup needs a different format, in my opinion, and that's a challenge. And therefore, that you need to find a solution to that, and let's see if the organizers of the Durand find a solution to that. And at the moment, in my opinion, they don't have a solution to that, right? So therefore, that's something which we need to find out what is happening, right? So therefore, yeah, very interesting question of what is the future of the Durand Cup. Do you think Stephen didn't complain like he tried to get the best of interests? Yeah, Stephen did that, and Stephen got better results, right? At the end of it, Stephen, in my opinion, didn't have the resources, didn't have the inputs from the AFF, and I think Stephen did very, very well. Stephen got us from the 170s up in upper rankings, was close to qualifying us, 1 minute away from qualifying us from the knockouts of the AFC Asian Cup. Ego was nowhere near. Do certain countries not good in certain sports or developers lacking? Morally, not every country is good in sports. Not every country will be good in every sports. And there are different reasons to it. Again, you like to talk about administration, federation. I don't know. I know certain things. I wouldn't know why XYZ country is not good in a sport. So It's there. I don't know why, but certain countries are not good in certain sports. So many CFG clubs had good youth, but not any reason behind. Sanskar, most of these clubs have had good youth systems before even CFG came in. Girona, Troyes, Lommel, all these clubs. If you look at all the clubs that CFG has brought on board, I think Mumbai City overall was the weakest club, or is the weakest club in that system. If one is very honest. They have sorted out the senior level of the Indian football team. One has to be honest about that. They've done a very good job with that over the last 5 years, no, 4 years, 5 years. And hopefully they will then in the future develop youth as well. But youth development in India generally is a problem. Manolo also accusing, yeah, but Sanskar, that's also a problem. So therefore for me, excuses are easy and nice to have, but it doesn't help. Do you watch Mohun Bagan versus Indian Air Force? No, Rayok Gaming, I have not watched any Durand Cup match so far, very honestly. So therefore, I also don't have an opinion. I just seen the results. Result looks normal. Anything else would have surprised me. Do you think if we can play decent in futsal, or they also lack technical issues? I find we perform decent. If we would perform decent, look at Afghanistan is playing the futsal World Cup. We're nowhere near. So we're not decent. Most probably, most of Indian players will not go abroad given the situation. What can be done to improve quality of players and coaches? Only it seems like let capitalism work. Abhijit, let capitalism work is not working. Our players pool is shrinking. People will tell you it's growing and we're improving. But if it was growing, why is there a fight for a few players, and why are clubs throwing that much of money at the players? So capitalism is not working. And capitalism has gone that far that we are in a situation that we're spending that much of money for the standard of players who at an amateur level in Europe most probably wouldn't succeed. And the players think that they can play professional in top divisions. That's also dilulu. More players, less salary per player. Abhijit, it doesn't work. So again, I know a lot of you want to think that there are easy solutions. There's no easy solution to this. Who will step in? Who's producing more players? Who's going to reduce the money? Who's going to put in caps, this, that, everything? You'll always find ways to work around it. Why do we, for example, have the whole Anwar Ali case? Anwar Ali as a case is existing because he thinks he's underpaid compared to the others. It's not a question of a loan deal or whatever. He just wants more money. That's the reality. Let's see CFG in second. Yep, it's also better, Sanskar. Again, we're talking Indian football, Sanskar. Tell me another market which is weaker than India of the 13 entities that they're involved in. You want to tell me Uruguay, Bolivia is weaker than India? India is the weakest one in this group. That's the reality. Before ISL, do you think I-League is competitive in player apart from restricted salary? It was competitive in its own way, yeah, but the quality was not better. That's also a reality. With a lot of people, oh, I-League this, that. Guys, we were never good. That is one thing that we need to, if we want to, we need to recognize. That's one of those challenges, right? So therefore, we need to, we need to wake up to those sad realities that we have of where we stand and what needs to be done. And Indian football has a long way to go. Guys, a reminder, 27 likes. Thank you. Maybe we can get it over 30 for today's video. 1,437. No more new subscribers, guys. So do subscribe, please. Those of you who haven't and who are liking what we're talking about. As always, yeah, watch the other videos that I'm making. There should be new player rule, just like PKL and ISL also will have more players. Sanskar, we can't copy, the rules from other sports. Football is, that's something which we need. Do you miss FIFA bus? Huge blunder. Of course, one of the biggest blunder, 1950, not playing the FIFA World Cup. The biggest blunder of Indian football, in my opinion. Yes, 100%. What do you think if AFF start IFA Shield kind of tournament where our clubs have to face other good opponents? This happens. No, tournaments are the worst thing to happen. We need the leagues. The leagues need to get stronger. The ISL needs to get stronger. We need to stop this tournament business. Even the Durand Cup is a pain. Even only success isn't enough. We won the Badminton Thomas Cup, which is World Cup equivalent, but most Indian fans don't even know that. It's not only blue. Yes, because again, if India won the gold medal in hockey, if India won the World Cup in hockey, do you think the hockey craze would be what people are trying to sell? No, it will not be. You can win in badminton. You can win in table tennis. Tennis, we've had amongst the best players in the world. Football is a different sport. Football could be that sport, So therefore, for me, these are realities, and it's not just success. I agree, but football is a different sport. If we are a little bit more successful, because a lot of people play football, so therefore, football to me is a little different than these other sports that we then tend or are willingly speak about. Right? These are all realities of of where we are. What's your view on the borderline foreign player? Sanskar, I don't know the player, so I don't have a view. Sir, any update on Bangalore FC domestic signing? Umair, at the moment, there are none others that I at least have heard of or have been told about. So that's that. India Federation issue resolved around in court for years. Players come to a similar case happened. No. See, Molly, you're trying to compare India to Germany. A lot of things will not work. So therefore, for me, it's this. I know you love to compare things, but stop comparing India to Germany. Honestly, because there is no comparison to sports in Germany to India. Think of, again, hockey to me, perfect example. In India, it is professional. The players are paid to play the sport. The Germans are just playing against the Dutch Olympic gold medal final, and most of the players in this set final are amateurs. So we've lost amateurs. Take it. So therefore, don't do that comparison. Do you think if we reach World Cup, football can overtake cricket? I don't know if we can overtake cricket, but I think football will grow massively if we qualify for World Cup. Cricket at the moment is the non plus ultra, and when it comes to sports in India and support, it's a religion to some people, So, therefore, for me, yeah, we will certainly grow, but what will happen? Very difficult to say. RS, what happened to previous batch of transportation? Some players signed with ISL, but were they just signed for reserve teams? RS, yeah, they signed with ISL teams, but none of them, I think the most famous one was Mohamed Neville. None of them have made a breakthrough. Mohamed Sanan most probably is the one who's done the best. But again, young player has to be better than the current bunch. You have to force the coaches to play you. What German foreign senior from where we had a good base? Sorry, sons. Where? What German? Didn't get you. Could you reword your question? Sorry, didn't understand. Any chance possible of by paying transfer fees, domestic and last few days? Umair, you still have 3 weeks to go. Could happen, might not happen. So at the moment, there are no links, but could happen. Do you think player salary inflation is largely the fault of Mumbai East Bengal? What is their intention? Just trophy or something else? They are not even successful in Asia. Wow, Obijit, let's start. I think it's not a new thing since the last few years. It's been there. I mean, even I thought in the early 2000s, salaries of the top players or players like Bachung Rending and all, where I thought, So to me, it's been there. For them, it's about bragging rights in Kolkata. No one thinks about Asian level. They talk about Asian level, but no one is. I mean, we're talking about Indian football, right? Which Indian club is Asian level? No club. Not even close. Right? These are the realities. If we qualify for Bangladesh, it would have been massive for Indian football because there's our players not ready to take pressure. Our players were ready. We considered 90-minute penalty, which happens. And therefore we lost. So therefore, yeah, that's the reality. So they'll probably miss 3-4 chances. Blue. Okay. Cricket is slowing. Got done for football repairs or because nationally just our national team are not so good. Otherwise, things would have been different. I don't know. Sanskar, cricket to me, again, I think football needs to look at itself. Yeah. German look how they see India's country in terms of every aspect. Sanskar, there are, there's certain things which they like about India. Let's say the food is like, but there are things where, certain things they don't like about India. Yeah, that's something. How do you rate Uruguay League, Canadian League? Amanchita, your thoughts on them? I don't know Uruguay League. Canadian League looks to be getting better. But Naman Chetri, I don't even know at the moment where he's playing. That's what I'm saying. Only random asking comparisons is difficult. I don't know. As I say, I can't know everything. I can only make comparisons of things which I know. So therefore, that's something. I can't do that. Do you think Belgium didn't live up to expectations? Lukaku missing chances. It's a combination of both, no? If Lukaku misses chances, that means that Belgium didn't live up to expectations. They couldn't score. And yeah, that's a reality. Any news on Guite? Shumon, nothing that I know of. I don't think cricket will disappear so easily as there are many businessmen and media involved in it. They will not let it go down. Blue, no, and that's the one point, right? And anyone says, so therefore that's a problem. That's one of our problems. No, that's what I'm saying. That we need to look at realistically where do we stand? How do we improve football? We don't need to look at cricket. Cricket is much bigger, much way ahead of us. That's So on the salary debates, there are players in the lower tables of top 5 leagues earning around 1-2 crores. Most of our national team players. Nothing. That's what I'm saying. Our players are overpaid. Exactly my point. But most of fans only see how players score in the Durand Cup, but they do not see how many chances misses. Yeah, Sanskar, also a fact. Hi Abhishek, what is your funny side you can share in working in India, as we only see a bad side of it? Let's change it for this one. Funny side. What was funny? Oof. See, funny is something I feel, sort of the relationships, you have, and you have fun moments with these people. And, so that what we say, this when you meet friends and have an enjoyable time. And again, I've got certain people that I would call friends in Indian football. Yeah, that's what I would say. Can appealing to rural audience teams from tier 2 cities or small towns help football grow less competition? Football has grown, right? And in the I League has expanded over the last 10 years considerably across India. So that's already a change, I think, that we've seen, So therefore, yeah, it's in that way, it's positive. So yeah, let's see how it can grow further. Do you think money plays ultimate role regarding what every sports we play? No. Money, I think India always talks about money, infrastructure and all. I think a lot of large parts of the world don't. ISL clubs are making so much losses. How can you say ISL players are not overpaid? Contracts should be dependent revenue or club mix, which ISL don't make much. RS, if that is the logic, then Indian football wouldn't exist because no club in India makes money. If you want to take that revenue, sustainability, profits, it doesn't work. No, I tried to, but yeah, I didn't find the perfect answer, Abhishek, to be honest. How do you see Goenka as owner? Will you in the future make him your club's owner after seeing his issue with Rahul, MS Dhoni, or will you not make him? My club? I don't have a club. And again, he's the owner of a club, so I don't need to talk about being. I don't know where. That's that. Amarjit Singh Nico once said he's a gifted player, but signing long-term contract benched him, couldn't reach potential. Yeah, Nikolai said that. Yeah, hypothetical question: team with good attack and bad defense versus a team with good defense, bad attack. Which one will win the league consistently? I think the one with good defense. They say attacks win your matches, defense win your tournaments, win your trophies. Abhijit. There's any good academies and role builds to grow our grassroots development. Shuman, yes and no. We need good academies across India. From a tier 1 town, from the metros to the most rural areas. Abhijit, and who were good in the mid will win the league. Yeah, but it's about. Do you have any conversation, Mr. Goenka? I have met him in the past. Yes, during the ISL. So I've met him. Yeah. Right. 1 hour, 36 minutes. Those of you who haven't, please like this video. Sorry, a little dark. 28 likes. At least get it to 30. One new subscription, whoever that is. Thank you very much. 1,438. So we're growing slowly and steadily. So therefore, just on some money. Yeah, like and subscribe as always. Thank you very much. Thanks, Shumon. Yeah, and FIFA, I know thing almost lost most matches. They're thinking Ankit is here. That happens. Under 17 players, not everyone makes it. So slowly, I'll come to the end for today. Thanks a lot, guys, for as always joining in. As I said, like this video, share this video, subscribe to Arunfoot. Always check out my shorter explainer videos, which I've been doing. And therefore, I'll just answer Abhishek's. We are heading somewhere is good, but it's a collective effort from everyone. But necessary things should be done quickly. That is what lack and you said a conversation too. I hope we're heading somewhere good, Abhishek. At the moment, we're heading somewhere very, very dark. So therefore, let's wait and see. Therefore, yeah. So I'll end it on this, guys. Thanks a lot for joining in. I'll be back tomorrow night. As I said, like this video, share it, subscribe to Arunfoot, and do watch the other videos as well. Thanks. Good night.